This is my seventh video, and I want to address the chaos in the United States right now. What other country can you grow up in and then chant death to America, death to Israel, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free? In case you didn't know what that meant, it's from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea, Palestine will be free, meaning Palestine's here, Israel's here, the Mediterranean Sea is here. That means genocide Israel. That's what that chant means. Intifada means genocide. So there's no other country that you can go to school and learn this, to hate America. And this is what happens when you teach a generation to hate their own country. So when they're teaching critical race theory, diversity, equity, inclusion, it's not by accident. DSE, that's not an accident that they're teaching these things, because they taught these things to the Germans, similar, prior to them rounding up the Jews. So when they started to round up the Jews, approximately, approximately 13 years later after teaching this stuff, nobody cared. You know, when a Jew would leave his jewelry store and his automobile and his apartment, and then they would take them out with just a suitcase of clothes and their children and put them on, pack them into a train. I mean, people started to catch on, like, hey, why are the Germans taking these guys' businesses? But nobody cared, because they viewed the Jews as parasites, because this is what they were taught as they were growing up. So I take umbrage and great offense to critical race theory, saying white people suck, white people are fraudsters, white people are colonizers, slave masters. White people also fought for this country against the British, this country that brought a black president, a black female vice president, a black Supreme Court justice, so black senators, black congressmen, black mayors, black district attorneys, black lawyers, black athletes, and go on and on. So we corrected our mistakes through the Constitution. We were able to correct our mistakes. We fought a civil war over slavery, where hundreds of thousands of white people got killed fighting this war to free black people. I'm not saying that it was right to have slavery. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. And I'm saying that you can't come on an American campus and block Israeli students from going into their school. And I want to say something to the Israeli students. Do not repeat history. The first time, you guys hardly fought. You thought, maybe if I just be quiet in my apartment and they take my neighbors, they won't come and take us. But then they came and took you. So this stuff starts out, you have to, I know you're scared, and being scared is part of life. You have a God that you believe in, obviously. Pray to your God for bravery and courage, and go to your class. And if somebody is standing in your way, move them, and if they put their hands on you, then you have a right to self-defense. And if you get beat up in the self-defense, then you get beat up. But go to your school and other white people and other black people that feel that this is wrong, and Asian people that feel this is wrong, what's being done against the Jews. Stand with the Jewish people and bring them into school, into class. Be ready, prepared to back up with, you're trying to get from point A to point B, and you have a right to do that in this country, okay? They cannot block that's like legally detaining you, all right? They cannot do that, all right? So if they want to wave a Palestinian flag or Hamas flag in your face, fly the American flag along with the Israeli flag right back at them. I'm serious, because there's times and moments in history where you need to stand up for yourself. Obviously, a lot of the campuses, the police aren't standing up for you, especially in the Democratic cities. The other Republican states seem to have this under control, but not the Democratic cities. So if you're living in a Democratic city, prepare to defend your own self. And the law's not going to prosecute Jewish people for defending themselves. Believe me, they're not gonna make martyrs out of you guys. All right, so please get a backbone and stand up to what's going on. Half these people are women anyway in these Hamas movements, and the Israeli women, get up and speak up and stand up for yourself. Okay, you want to have children in this country, you want to live in this country, then fight for it. Sometimes it calls that. I'm sorry, we got a president who can't put two sentences together. He's a mush brain. And this is a result of these woke policies and teaching, and follow the money back to George Soros. Why hasn't he been deemed an enemy combatant of the United States? He's funding all this stuff. He laughs that he broke the Bank of London, and he's destroyed other countries. He's turned his own family in. His own family. I think it was his sister and his mother. He turned into the Germans and sent them to concentration camps and got them killed. And he said he slept like a baby. He never slept better. This is what kind of person George Soros is funding, these tents that all look the same and these catered meals that are all brought into these protesters and these signs that are all brand new. So Israel, stick up for yourself. Here in this country too, and American, stick up for the Israeli students. Listen, I'm in a wheelchair. I'm 59 years old, or I would be out there with you. And I'm in a state that it's not going on, or I would still be wheeling into trying to help you. All right? I have one leg above the knee, with many other injuries to my other leg that prevents me from ever walking again. So you have two legs, stand up for yourself. Please, say this in the name of Jesus. All right, I pray for you. Lord, I pray that you would be with them. You would give them a spirit of courage and bravery that you've said over 371 times in the Bible to fear not for a reason. Fear not, for I am your God. Do not be dismayed, for I am the Lord your God. Though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that's in the Old Testament. You're going to fear no evil. Trust God, Jewish people. You might not believe that Jesus is God, but you have a God. Pray for him for courage and bravery and start to stand up for yourselves and go to school. God bless you and good luck.